How's it going, everyone? It is Drew. This is a bit of a weird one for me to be covering on this channel, but I decided to fully watch the first season of My Dress Up Darling. Pretty much the sole reason why I watched this was just because of the whole cosplay aspect of things. Because even at the last convention I went to, I had personally cosplayed at it. So I just thought it'd be kind of cool to see a series where people quite literally try and cosplay. And I don't really know too many series that really have that as a whole plot device to it whatsoever. And I'd heard a lot of nice things about this series that, people liked it for the whole cosplay aspect of it. Kind of like Konosuba, this is not a genre I would usually watch. But I heard so many nice things about it to where I was like, you know what, fine, I'll watch it. So just kind of talking about things I liked within this series. So there are characters that I really freaking love, like Lucy from Fairy Tail or Deku from My Hero Academia, because I can really identify with things in their personality. Almost see yourself as them in a way, because there's so many things that resonate with you. And I think both the mains here, I have things that I resonate with for both of them. I think for Gojo in particular, some of the things I personally would resonate with, and probably not too many other people would, with those being, obviously he said he didn't get out very much, and to be honest, sometimes with my work and stuff I don't end up getting out all that much, and that is kind of a similar thing for myself. And then just initially him having his obsession with dolls and whatnot, and trying to tell someone about it at a young age, this passion of his, and they just purely shut it down and say they hate him for talking about his passions, which I 100% know the feeling of that, because in school, I liked comic books and video games, and anytime I would try and talk about any of those or even share my love of those, I would always get shut down and stuff. So it basically made it to where I don't really talk about this stuff too much until I obviously did YouTube here, because I can share that stuff with all of you, and you guys are very nice, and I think it is a kind of a cool place to share things that you love. And I do think he is a very nice and thoughtful guy throughout the whole series. And then talking about Kitagawa, which for her, I can definitely get behind the whole loving characters, wanting to express your love of a series and whatnot. Because I definitely for My Hero or Fairy Tail or whatever, I very much like to represent that I love those things, and I have quite a bit of merch from both of those series. I think for me personally, buying some of this stuff, I buy it with the intent of I absolutely love this character, and every time I see them, it just makes me happy. Whoever wrote the script for this, I was not expecting some of the word choices that they did, and I'm not sure if this is gonna date this show so freaking hard if you watch it in 5-10 years from now. I think it's fine for now, and I think it is kind of cool for this, but I'm just how much is this gonna get dated? And they did a really good job with, obviously showcasing how cosplay works. For myself, I didn't really make anything because I am the most inept sewing person in the world. I just kind of bought mine. So I obviously can't tell you if it was very accurate on the front of them making their own outfits, because I don't really know anything about sewing. I will say they, at least for the first cosplay she does, get pretty in depth about it. I think when you go to later cosplays, they just breeze over him making it. You get her getting the first cosplay, and then he's making 3 cosplays immediately right after, and you don't really get any progression of him making it at all, which I think would have been kind of cool. That is one bummer, is that kind of got rushed. An additional thing that I didn't really think that they were ever going to touch upon was actually photography, which that is something I actually do in real life. So if they messed up on saying something for that, I would have definitely known it because I work with DSLRs and that stuff. And yeah, I was actually kind of surprised that they got most of their information correct about cameras. A lot of their explanation is a very simplified version of how like DSLRs and that stuff work, because there was a lot of factors that they did not bring up in that show whatsoever. Like they didn't talk about your gain or ISO or f-stops. That's a lot of lingo that I'm sure none of you know about, and it's very technical, I guess is the word to say. For the most part, yeah, they did a pretty good job at, explaining it. They didn't really cover lighting at all for scenes, because lighting helps a million. Overall, I just really like them making these outfits, and I like seeing all the photography stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. And I think the relationships that happen throughout the series are like a very nice progression. Like things don't move so insanely fast, but there is like genuine built relationships. And overall, the like one word that I feel like describes this series and that I kept like feeling throughout watching it was just the word cute. Overall, I did really enjoy this, and I think it is a fun watch for all of you. I know this is really weird for me to cover this one, and I felt kind of awkward about doing this one just for the sole fact of like I don't usually cover this kind of show, and I don't really know how much I want to post this. If anything from the show, they literally have it as a message of don't hold back the things that you're passionate about, and I really liked it, so you know what, we're gonna share it. So what are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and this is Drago, signing out.